You are tired. Not the kind of tired that sleep fixes. The kind that lives in your chest. The kind that has been there for months, maybe years. The kind that follows you into the morning before you even open your eyes. Because the moment you wake up, the weight is already there. Already waiting. Already pressing down on you before the day has even started. And you have not told anyone. Because you are the strong one. Because people need you. Because somewhere along the way you decided, or maybe life decided for you, that your job was to hold everything together. And you have been doing that job faithfully, quietly, without complaint, for longer than anyone around you knows. But God sent you here today, and what He needs to say to you right now cannot wait any longer. You have been strong for too long, and it is okay to rest now. I want you to stop for a moment and actually think about what you have been carrying. Not in a vague, general way, specifically. Think about the thing that woke you up at 3 in the morning last week and would not let you go back to sleep. Think about the financial pressure that sits on your chest like a stone, the bills that stack up faster than the money comes in, the decisions you have to make that feel impossible because there is no good option, only less bad ones. Think about how exhausting it is to smile through that, to show up at work or at home or in your relationships and pretend that everything is fine when inside you are running on almost nothing. Think about the relationship that is draining you. Maybe it is a marriage that has grown cold and distant and you do not know how to close the gap. Maybe it is a friendship that has become one-sided where you are always the one reaching out, always the one giving, and somehow you are always the one left feeling empty afterward. Maybe it is a family member who takes and never sees what it costs you. Think about how much energy you have spent trying to hold that together. How many conversations you have replayed in your head. How many times you have swallowed what you really felt because you did not want to make things worse. Think about the grief you are still carrying. The loss that everyone else has moved on from but that still catches you off guard sometimes. In quiet moments, in a song that comes on unexpectedly, in the smell of something that takes you straight back to a person or a place or a version of your life that no longer exists. You never really got to grieve it properly. Life kept moving and you had to move with it. So you folded it up and put it somewhere inside you and told yourself you would deal with it later. And later never came. Think about the dreams you have quietly stopped believing in, the things you wanted for your life that seemed possible once but have slowly, over the years, started to feel foolish. The version of your future you used to pray about with genuine excitement but now approach with a kind of cautious distance. Because hoping too hard has hurt you too many times and you are tired of being disappointed. You carry all of this every single morning, and you tell yourself this is just what strength looks like. But I need to say something to you that is true, even if it is hard to hear. That is not strength, that is survival. And God did not create you just to survive. There is a story in the Bible about a man named Elijah. And I want to tell it to you today, not as a religious lesson but as a mirror. Because what happened to Elijah is exactly what is happening to you right now, and what God did for Elijah is exactly what He wants to do for you today. Elijah was one of the most powerful men of God who ever walked the earth. He had called down fire from heaven in front of hundreds of people. He had stood completely alone against 450 false prophets on a mountain and won. He had heard the voice of God and carried His word to kings. He had seen miracles that most people only read about. By any measure, Elijah was not a weak man. He was not a man who gave up easily. He was not a man who lacked faith. And yet, after one of the greatest victories of his entire life, Elijah ran into the wilderness, alone, afraid, exhausted in a way that went far deeper than physical tiredness. And then he sat down under a tree and he said to God, "It is enough. I cannot do this anymore. Let me die." Not because he had stopped believing, not because he had turned away from God, but because he was empty, because he had poured everything he had into everyone and everything around him and there was nothing left, because he was human, because even the most faithful, most powerful, most committed people reach a point where they simply cannot keep going on their own. And this is the part I need you to hear. This is the part that matters more than anything else I am going to say today. God did not lecture him. He did not remind him of everything he still had left to do. He did not tell him that other prophets had it worse. He did not question his faith or his commitment or his gratitude. He did not say, "Get up, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Look at everything I have given you." He sent an angel, and the angel came and touched him gently on the shoulder, and said words that I believe God is saying directly to you right now. The journey is too great for you. Rest for words, that is all. The journey is too great for you. Rest. Not you are weak, not you are failing, not you should be stronger than this. Just, the journey is too great, and you need rest. Let me take care of you for a moment. God is saying the same 4 words to you today. The journey has been too great. The weight has been too heavy. The road has been too long and too hard and too lonely. And you have walked it faithfully. You have not given up. You are still here. But God is looking at you right now, the same way He looked at Elijah under that tree, and He is saying, "I see you. I see how tired you are. And I am not asking you to keep going right now. I am asking you to stop, to breathe, to let me hold what you have been holding. You were not made to carry this alone." I want to say that again because I need you to really hear it. You were not made to carry this alone. The weight you have been carrying was never meant for one person. It was never meant to be held in silence, without help, without rest, without someone stronger than you taking some of it off your shoulders. And the fact that you have carried it for this long is not proof of your strength. It is proof of how much you needed someone to finally say what I am saying to you right now. You can put it down just for a moment. You can put it down. There is a kind of rest the world cannot give you. The world offers distraction. It offers noise and busyness and 1,000 ways to avoid feeling what you are actually feeling. It offers alcohol and scrolling and overworking and all the other ways people try to outrun their own exhaustion. But none of that touches the deep tiredness. None of that reaches the place inside you that is actually tired, because that place is not tired from doing too much. It is tired from carrying alone what was meant to be shared. God offers something completely different. He offers peace that does not make sense given your circumstances. Not peace that arrives after the problems are solved. Not peace that waits for the storm to stop before it shows up. Peace that sits down right in the middle of the storm and says, I am here. I am not going anywhere. You do not have to figure this out tonight. You do not have to have all the answers. You do not have to be okay right now. I am here, and that is enough. I want you to think about something. Think about how long you have been showing up for other people. How long you have been the one who holds space for everyone else's pain while quietly managing your own. How many times you have listened to someone else's problems and given them comfort and wisdom and strength that you yourself desperately needed. How many times you have been the steady one, the reliable one, the one who does not fall apart, the one people call when everything goes wrong because they know you will answer and you will know what to say and you will help them through it. That is a gift. Genuinely, your steadiness has been a gift to the people around you, but it has cost you something, and God sees that cost. He has seen every morning you chose to get up anyway when everything in you wanted to stay in bed. He has seen every night you cried alone, quietly so no one would hear, and then dried your eyes and went back to being strong. He has seen every prayer you whispered in the dark when you did not even have words, just a feeling of desperation and hope pressed together. He has seen every sacrifice you made without recognition, every time you put someone else first when you were running on empty, every time you chose faithfulness over feeling. He has not missed a single moment of it, and he is not disappointed in you for being tired. He is not standing at a distance waiting for you to recover before he comes close. He is already here, right now, in this exact moment. And he is proud of you, not for being perfect, not for never breaking down, but for still being here, for still reaching toward him even with tired arms, for not letting go even when holding on felt impossible. But now he is asking something different of you. He is not asking you to keep going right now. He is asking you to receive, to stop giving for just a moment and let yourself be given to stop being strong and let someone stronger hold you, to stop performing okay and just be exactly what you are, which is a person who has been through a lot and is very, very tired and needs rest. That is all. That is the whole invitation. You do not have to have it together. You do not have to pray the right words or feel the right feelings or show up with anything at all. You just have to come, exactly as you are. Weary, burdened, empty. Come, because that is what he said. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Not I will give you rest once you figure out your finances. Not I will give you rest once that relationship is healed. Not I will give you rest once you stop struggling with doubt. Right now as you are, he will give you rest. If you are watching this today, you did not find this video by accident. There is no such thing as an accident when God is involved. He knew exactly where you would be today, exactly what you would be feeling, exactly what you needed to hear, and he made sure this message found you because he loves you too much to let you keep carrying this alone without at least telling you that you do not have to. You have been strong for too long. It is okay to rest now. Close your eyes for a moment if you need to. Breathe. Feel the weight of everything you have been carrying and then, just for right now, just for this one moment, imagine setting it down, not abandoning it, not giving up, just setting it down at the feet of someone who is strong enough to hold it. Someone who never gets tired. Someone who has been waiting patiently and lovingly for you to finally let him help. That is who God is. That is what he is offering you today. The same God who sent an angel to touch Elijah on the shoulder in the wilderness is right here with you. And he is saying the same thing now that he said then. The journey is too great for you. Rest. Let me carry it. Just for today. Just for this moment. And trust that when you are ready to walk again, I will walk with you every step. All the way to the end. You are not alone. You never were, and you never will be. But I want to tell you what happened to Elijah after he rested, because this is the part most people never hear. And it is the most important part of the whole story. After the angel touched him and told him to rest, Elijah slept. He ate the food God provided. He slept again. And then the angel came back a second time and said, Arise and eat, for the journey is too great for you. Not go back to work. Not the people need you. Not stop being so weak. Just eat, rest. You have a journey ahead and you cannot walk it empty. And then something remarkable happened. Elijah got up, not because he had figured everything out, not because his circumstances had changed, not because the people who had threatened him were gone or the problems he was running from had disappeared. He got up because he had rested, because he had let God take care of him for a moment, because he had stopped trying to sustain himself and let himself be sustained. And after that rest, Elijah walked 40 days. 40 days through the wilderness, on the strength of that one meal, that one moment of rest. That one encounter with a God who saw him and cared for him and did not ask anything from him except that he received what was being offered. That is what God wants to do for you. He is not asking you to rest so that you can come back and grind harder. He is not offering you a break so you can return to carrying the same impossible weight, the same impossible way. He is offering you rest so that you can be renewed, so that the journey ahead, which he has already prepared for you, can be walked with strength instead of desperation, with peace instead of panic, with faith instead of fear. Because there is a journey ahead. Your story is not over. The chapter you are in right now, the hard one, the exhausting one, the one that has brought you to your knees, this is not where the book ends. God does not bring people to the wilderness to leave them there. He brings them there to speak to them, to strip away the noise, to get them alone and quiet enough to finally hear what he has been trying to say through all the busyness and the noise and the performance of strength. And what he has been trying to say is this: I am here. I have always been here. I have not been watching from a distance, waiting to see if you would make it on your own. I have been right beside you every step, every night, every breaking point. And I have been waiting for you to stop long enough to let me in. Let me in. That is the invitation. Not into a version of your life where everything is figured out and your faith is perfect and your doubts are gone. Into this one. The messy, exhausted, barely holding on version. Let me into this one. Because this is the one that needs me. This is the one I came for. When you let God carry what you have been carrying, something shifts. It does not mean the problems disappear overnight. It does not mean the finances magically fix themselves or the relationship instantly heals or the grief suddenly stops hurting. What it means is that you are no longer facing those things alone. And there is a difference, an enormous, life-changing difference, between facing hard things alone and facing hard things with God beside you. The circumstances may look the same from the outside, but on the inside, something is different. The weight is different. The fear is different. The way you move through the day is different because you are no longer carrying it. You are walking beside the one who is. If this message reached you today, leave a comment below. Just type the word rest. That is all. God sees you exactly where you are and he is not finished with your story yet. Share this with someone who has been carrying too much for too long. They need to hear this today. Subscribe to God's Voice today for a new message every single day. God is not finished speaking to you.